Hello everyone. First of all, let me all wish you a very happy Navratri and Durga Puja. This is my first episode of Nurtured and Nourished and it's extremely special for me because, well, the first one is always special, right? And I got to admit that I'm a little nervous as well. So please give me the benefit of doubt as this is going to be my learning phase too. This show is primarily for expecting and new moms who wants to stay strong, healthy, understand the significance of fitness and nutrition. That's why I thought the topic of my first episode should focus on nutrition for expecting moms, as I know and strongly believe that how important and crucial it is because what a mom consumes during this time is primary source of nutrition for the baby. In fact, the diet should include a variety of healthy foods. मतलब एक balanced meal होनी चाहिए, which should provide all the important nutrients to the baby's need for the growth and his or her development. But दिक्कत ये है कि we have a lot of experts around us, especially around this time, isn't it? दादी, नानी, मम्मी, चाची, मामी, पड़ोसी, दोस्त, colleagues, हर एक वो इंसान जो आपके surrounding में है या anybody will try and come up with their expert suggestions or beliefs, भर के टिप्पणियाँ. And I know how overwhelming all this information can get for a mom during this phase. No, I'm not saying कि सब गलत बोलते हैं, but then things like you should eat for two, avoid exercising, eat every hour, coffee could cause a miscarriage, drink lots of juices, and this is the worst. ये मेरे बहुत ही जानने वालों में ये मैंने सुना है, सुबह सुबह रसगुल्ला खाओगे तो baby will have a fair skin. Can you freaking believe that? But you know what? Being a health coach, I know most of it is nothing but a total crap. Today I'll share my expertise on nutrition, having worked with expecting and new moms for nearly 5 years now. I'll try and break down the most important nutrients and foods for each trimester, along with what should be completely avoided. That's also important. But before I do that, I would like to take a moment to wish a very happy birthday to both my parents. Their birthdays fall on 8th and 11th of this month. They were born in the 1950s, just a few years after India gained independence. I often wonder what life must have been like during that time. The atmosphere, the surrounding, the simplicity of that era. I think about how our grandparents must have raised their children, often many children, during a time when resources and knowledge about health and fitness were so limited compared to what we have today. Isn't it interesting that despite that, they were healthier in many ways? Women back then could conceive more easily and frequently, often having several children over a decade or more. Today it feels like even having one healthy child has become a challenge for so many. So what do you think has changed? What is that one big difference between then and now? For me, it's our relationship with the food. The way we eat has completely changed, completely shifted. These days, unhealthy food is just a click away. You open any food delivery app and within 30 minutes, no matter what time of the day, you have all sort of junk, processed, unhealthy options right at your doorstep. I know it's super convenient and it is, but believe you me, it's working against you more than in your favor. देखिए, my intention is not to scare you, but I feel it's my responsibility to make you aware of how the food industry is slowly poisoning us. How in the last 2-3 decades, our entire eating pattern has completely changed. How we got a daily access to ultra processed food. How our kitchens are filled with packaged foods. How our kids are only relying on junk. How our eating pattern has completely changed. I know I have digressed from the topic and sorry for that, but I thought it's very important, wasn't it? And I also know that it's nothing new what I am telling you right now. It's just that we need to keep reminding us, isn't it? Anyway, let's get back to the main topic. As promised, let me break down the important nutrients and foods trimester by trimester. In the first trimester, you must consume food rich in folate. Folic acid is vital in neural development of the fetus and in preventing many neurological birth defects. Folate can be found in a lot of leafy green, eggs, nuts, broccoli, citrus fruits, legumes, but it's also essential that an expecting mom keep up the intake of folic acid supplements prescribed by their doctor, which I'm sure they must have. The other crucial nutrients should include vitamin B6 and iron. And of course, in addition, all your meals should have protein. Protein is like the building block for your baby's body. It helps them develop strong muscle, tissues, and healthy brain. Protein helps your body to stay strong and maintain energy. Have lots of dals and pulses like rajma, chole, or any sort of dal, whichever you like, but ensure that you're having it regularly. Try to include at least 1 or 2 bowls in all the meals. Or in fact, I often suggest to many of my clients to make dal soup and keep it in a flask. Doing so, whenever you feel hungry, whenever you get those hunger pangs, take a sip or just gulp down a little soup. It's obviously super convenient and it's also nutritious. Have eggs if you can, if you're not vegetarian and if you're allowed to have eggs, please eat them. Because eggs are fabulous source of protein, can also be super convenient, right? Have it in any form. Do try and add dairy products as well. Milk, curd, paneer, all of them are rich in protein. Try and include healthy fats as well, like any nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, Brazilian nuts, whatever nuts, seeds like chia, pumpkin, flax, all of them are a great source of healthy fats. A quick tip, you can actually add sprouted moong or chana to your salads. That ways you are making your salad also protein rich. Add a variety of fruits, whichever you like, whatever you like. But what's important here is हमें हमेशा ये ध्यान रखना है that whatever fruit you're going to eat, that should be seasonal. Please don't opt for the frozen ones because you never know कि दुनिया के किस part से वो travel होके आ रहा है to your local market, how long did that take, and then by the time it has reached your plate, maybe it's been more than 2-3 months. So please avoid having frozen fruits. Try and have always the seasonal fruits. That's one rule of thumb. Ensure to include all the veggies as well, both leafy and colorful, which help you to get all the essential nutrients. Also try to stick to the whole grain like whole wheat, oats, over maida. Just stay off maida because it's too processed, it's too refined, it has a lot of sugar, which is not good for you. In fact, sometimes try and add some millets, like for a change. Have bajre ki roti ya jawar ki roti. They are rich in fiber, iron, calcium. Actually, it helps to improve your digestion as well, which becomes a little problem during pregnancy, right? Now, talking about the second trimester, it becomes much easier by now to maintain a healthy intake of food as compared to the first one, I know. Iron continues to be an essential nutrient though, during this semester as well. Iron actually helps your body make extra blood to support your baby's growth and development. It also keeps you from feeling too tired and weak. Many expecting moms face iron deficiency during pregnancy. So it's super important to have iron-rich food. Like any green leafy, as I said, or spinach, palak, methi, sarso, जो भी seasonal में है. Again, the rule remains the same for the veggies also. Alright, and अगर आप साग, palak ये सब खा के बहुत बोर हो गए हैं, the tip is try and add them to your dal. हो सकता है दाल खा के भी आप स्टैंड अलोन बोर हो गए हैं, राइट? सो मेक योर दाल विद स्पिनच और मेथी. इट टेस्ट्स अमेजिंग गाइस एंड इट ब्रेक्स द मोनोटनी. गुड़ इज आल्सो अ ग्रेट सोर्स ऑफ आयरन. इनफैक्ट आप खाने के बाद एक छोटा सा टुकड़ा ऑफ जैगरी ले सकते हैं. It not only helps you to get more iron, but also it helps to combat those sweet craving. In fact, a quick tip, always try and have iron-rich food with vitamin C-rich foods. Like lemon oranges के साथ अगर आप साथ में iron-rich food करेंगे, it helps you to absorb iron better. In addition, calcium intake must be increased. since now the baby begins to develop the skeletal system, and it's extremely essential for developing his or her bones and teeth, and it also keeps your bones strong. And the worst is, if you don't get enough calcium, your baby will start taking from your bones, which actually leads to problem in many women after the pregnancy. कि बहुत ज़्यादा जॉइंट पेन्स होने लग गए हैं, बोन में बहुत ज़्यादा वीकनेस फील हो रही है. इट्स बिकॉज दे हैव नॉट हैड अ गुड कैल्शियम इनटेक ड्यूरिंग देयर प्रेगनेंसी. ऑलराइट, सो कैल्शियम के सोर्सेस आपको पता ही है, मिल्क, कर्ड, पनीर, एनीथिंग डेयरी. तिल इज अ ग्रेट सोर्स. या रागी इज ऑल्सो अमेजिंग फॉर कैल्शियम. Almonds not only have healthy fats, but it has a lot of calcium also. इसके अलावा vitamin K and C becomes extremely important in your third trimester. So spinach, chicken, broccoli, green beans, avocado, basically greens like kale, all are great sources of vitamin K. Why it's important, why vitamin K is important? Because it especially helps to avoid those complications which usually happen post-birth. Fruits like kiwis या any sort of berries, tomatoes, papaya, oranges, lemons, all are great source of vitamin C, as you already know. So have those fruits more in the third trimester. And lastly, one of the most important, I would not call it a nutrient, but it makes everything in place, that is water. Staying hydrated is super important during this time. It keeps your digestion good, it carries the nutrients to your baby, and आपको tired feel, जो dizziness होता है, that will also not happen if you keep up your hydration intake. Try and have about 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. अगर पानी ज़्यादा नहीं पिया जा रहा है, so go for coconut water or maybe छाछ, buttermilk, or you can add ajwain or jeera or saunf or cinnamon or cucumber or oranges to your water and just उसको एक dip करके रख दीजिए and drink it. That makes the water tasty also and you would also like it. Now let's come to the final and the most crucial segment of this episode. हमें क्या अवॉइड करना चाहिए एंड थिंग्स विच यू शुड नॉट ईट एट ऑल. ऑलराइट, थिंग्स लाइक रॉ या अनकुक्ड मीट or eggs, please don't eat them because they carry a lot of harmful bacteria which can make you sick, and if you're sick, your baby will be sick, right? So ensure if you're having meat or eggs, cook them properly. Chai, coffee, definitely you can have, but too much of it can really make you sick. So try and avoid not having more than 2 cups a day, whether it's tea or coffee. Please stay off junk food, processed food, fried food. We all know why. Because they have a lot of preservatives, a lot of chemicals, which is not at all good for you at the moment. And at the same time, please ensure that you're having smaller meals more often. Alright? So rather than forcing yourself and eating 3 big meals, you can have 6 small meals at this time. Don't force yourself if you're not able to eat much. Okay, but keep having them every 2.5 hours. Secondly, always listen to your body, guys. Pregnancy can make you more sensitive to lot of foods. हो सकता है काफ़ी ऐसे खाने हैं जो आपको हमेशा आपके favorite थे, but you may get sick after having them. That happens. So please stay off. I'll just share a small example here. Like when my wife was pregnant, she all of a sudden started loving ketchup. Right, so I started adding ketchup to her food, and I remember categorically this night, maybe in her 6th, 7th month, she, in the middle of the night at about 3 o'clock, she woke me up because she was hungry and she asked for eggs. So me being me, tried to over pamper my wife. मैं गया किचन में, मैंने अंडा बनाया and added some ketchup because she was loving it. But the moment she took the first bite of that omelette, she literally had to throw it. She hated the taste of ketchup at that time. So yeah, such things would keep happening. So please listen to your body. अगर body को उस time नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है, don't force yourself, no matter how healthy और किसने आपको बोला है वो. So that's about it for today's episode of Nurtured and Nourished. I hope these tips have given you some clarity and confidence about what to eat during your pregnancy, which is the most wonderful time for a woman. Remember, there is no one single template, as every pregnancy is different from each other, and so is our body. There is no one size fits all program. So just keep your calm. You don't need to make drastic changes in your meal. Just keep it as simple as possible. Over pampered mat ho jaiye, daily ice cream, या don't indulge yourself into too much of sweets, because there is a high chances moms getting diabetic during the pregnancy. Be mindful when you're eating what you're eating. That's very important. And that's it. If you found this episode helpful, share it with other expecting moms. Subscribe here on Spotify. Very soon I'll be there on other podcast platforms also, like Apple, Amazon, Ghana. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook as well. I'll mention the handles in the episode description. Please feel free to leave a feedback. Will mean a lot to me. I need to learn a lot, I know. I'll be back next week with more tips and how to stay strong, free, and more resilient. Until then, stay nurtured and nourished. Bye.